Okay, so what we're going to start doing is looking at primary colors. This is cadmium red medium. Um, we're going to look at using for the cool red a quinacridone magenta. For the warm yellow, we will use a cadmium yellow medium. I don't know where this. And for the cooler yellow, we will use a lemon yellow. We use ultramarine blue for our cool blue or warm blue, and we'll use a cadmium yellow blue for our warm blue. And then we'll use a Ross umber and titanium white. Now, with these colors, these basic colors, these are primary colors, we are going to be able to mix our secondary colors. And so we'll use a palette knife and a small brush. Make sure we have some paper towels to work with, and some water so we can clean the brush as we go along. Okay, I'll put that, now I'll put it up here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is work through doing some of the mixing so that we'll just kind of get an idea. This is a good way to maybe set up your palette also. This is the cadmium red and this is the cadmium yellow. So I'm going to mix them. Sometimes what you have to do is mix in one thing with a little more color when you try to get a good blend. So one color may be so dominant that if you mix another color into it, you don't get much of a change. So a little cadmium red may require that you put a good amount of yellow on top of it. So in order to see how the color looks, we'll add a little bit of white, and you can see how by tinting the color some, you begin to get a feel for how the color might look as you bring it up and are able to use it in your painting. You can also cool the color down or take it down some by maybe putting some umber in it, but we'll just use the white. Now we're going to take the cadmium red again, and we'll mix that with the lemon yellow. And so we'll take some of this. We're using the palette knife so that we can keep the colors relatively clean. Okay, and I'm wiping this palette knife off each time I kind of move it off of the frame so I can kind of keep it relatively clean. Now you'll see that color almost looks just like the color above, so it may require that you put more of the yellow in, but for this we'll kind of use this way. I'm going to take a little bit of the white and put it in and give it a little mixture in there and get a tint of what that color looks like. So now these tints are relatively high key, so there's a, you could put just a tiny bit of the white in it and make the color drop just a little bit. And if we were a little closer, you probably could see a little bit more of the difference. The quinacridone magenta with the two yellows, we'll use that now. And so I'm going to put that down and put the magenta down and put the warm yellow, or the cadmium yellow, and mix that some. And so you start getting a more vibrant or brighter but cooler orange. And let's take a little bit of white, make sure we can kind of see how that color looks some. And as I said before, what might be a good idea is when you first start painting, You might want to use the colors kind of in this order so that you can kind of keep track, and sometimes even mixing up a little bit of these piles or these stacks of color just so you can have something to kind of go back and forth with. So I'm going to add the lemon yellow to the magenta, and I'll add a little bit more so I can make that change a little bit. And so one combination may give me a duller yellow or orange, and another combo may give me a little bit more bright. So here I am adding the white to that mixture, and you can see I get more of a traditional kind of almost a pink color with that combination. So I'm going to add just a little bit more of the yellow, and maybe a little bit more. And so this is not some particular formula in terms of the amount that you mix, but just by knowing that you can get these different combinations is good.